This myth affirms that all spiritual warriors have a broken heart. And this is because it is only through the break that the wonder and mysteries of life can enter us. In today's busy world, how can we find the inspiration, knowledge, and energy to live a healthy and empowered life? If we balance and harmonize our mind, exercise our body, live according to the laws of nature, and connect to spirit, can we find a way to heal, become our authentic self, and live our purpose with love? I am your hostess, Amy Fournier, and welcome back to Awakening Aphrodite. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This is a Fast Friday coming at you fast today. These are little bonus episodes that we do every other week, in addition to the regular shows that come out on Tuesday mornings. And they're always different. Sometimes I read an inspirational poem or passage or something I've come across in my travels. Today, I am going to refer to the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. I actually did another little Fast Friday on this as well. You might want to check out. It's just such a beautiful book with so many things to like wrap your brain around and meditate on. And the other episode was on the courage of the seed, which was really kind of cool. That'd be a good one to check out if you're going through a dark time right now, or maybe feel a little depressed or deflated and you're having trouble finding hope and feel good about yourself and what you can accomplish. That's a Fast Friday. Look for that in the show. Okay, so today, there's so many things in this book, but I wanted to share with you one of the passages that's called Being a Spiritual Warrior. I thought this was very good and timely because you've probably heard me actually mention many times that term, being a spiritual warrior, because you know, this show is about total mind, body, spirit health. And being spiritual takes courage because being spiritual requires you to not only have awareness of your deep, important values, but live them, right? Which means sometimes not having other people be happy with you and speaking up when it's uncomfortable, or it'd be easier just to be quiet and quote unquote, keep the peace, right? Being a spiritual warrior to me means being true to your deep values and yourself, basically, your soul, even when it gets hard, right? So it takes a lot of courage when the chips are down to live your truth, walk your talk, right? Okay, so Mark shares with us this little poem in the beginning. Until the heart becomes an inlet, it cannot be free. Let's take a deep breath and just kind of ponder, what does that even mean? Until the heart becomes an inlet, it cannot be free. And I would say we all want a free heart, don't we? Free to love, free to feel, free to experience. Freedom is such an important word. Okay, so Mark shares, it is true, there is such sadness in the world, but there is a difference between feeling the pain of things breaking, ending, or drifting apart, and the sharper pain that comes from measuring the inevitable events of life against some ideal of how we imagine things are supposed to be. I know I've done that. In receiving hardships this way, life is always a falling off. Life is hard enough as it is, without viewing all your pain as evidence of some basic insufficiency that you must endure. There's a beautiful Tibetan myth that helps us to accept our sadness as a threshold to all that is life-changing and lasting. This myth affirms that all spiritual warriors have a broken heart because it's only through the break that the wonder and mysteries of life can enter us. Oh, that's so good, Mark. So good, I'm going to read it again. So this myth affirms that all spiritual warriors have a broken heart. And this is because it is only through the break that the wonder and mysteries of life can enter us. And I'll just share too that I had heard once growing up that, you know, why do bad things happen to good people type idea, right? Like, why do I have to go through this immense pain of a loss, a breakup, a death, or whatever it may be? And someone had told me that, well, your pain brings you closer to God, right? When you think about all the people praying, right? How many people are praying because they're begging God for something or you want something? Please, 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 I'll be good, I promise, right? Well, how many of us pray out of appreciation and gratitude? And that's becoming popular now too, thank goodness. And I'm sure you probably do that, right? Thanking Great Spirit for the little things and in the big things too. But just notice in yourself or even in others how often we pray because we're asking for something, right? So the pain brings us closer to source. So that might be, even though it's not a happy justification, it might be one that's at least makes a little bit of sense, doesn't it? So Mark says, what does it mean to be a spiritual warrior? It is far from being a soldier, but the more sincerely with which a soul faces itself in a daily way is a spiritual warrior. Wow. The more sincerely a soul faces itself in a daily way. It is this courage to be authentic that keeps us strong enough to withstand the heartbreak through which enlightenment can occur. And it is by honoring how life comes through us that we get the most out of living, not by keeping ourselves out of the way. The goal is to mix our hands in the earth, not to stay clean. And I'm going to quote Mark here. He says, I remember in getting to know a new friend, how we shared our stories in an increasingly personal way. As I kept taking my turn, I heard myself tell of loved ones who've died, of my struggle through cancer, of a marriage that, despite the deepest commitment, didn't last, of years of being rejected as an artist, of losing a teaching job that was dear to me, of suffering a brutal estrangement from my parents. And just as I was feeling a strength come over me for facing life and being authentic, he wiped his mouth and said, quote, what a sad life you've had, unquote. It took me some time to withstand his judgment and his pity, but I looked at him across the night and kept breathing deeply through the break in my heart. In daily ways, we are judged, discounted, and even pitied for glories that only we can affirm. In the end, life is too magnificent and difficult for us to give away our elemental place in the journey. Wow. And in closing, Mark suggests that you stand quietly by the sink and let the water run. Close your eyes and meditate on how life, like the water you hear, runs through our broken hearts, cleansing our hurt. Breathe deeply and feel the mystery wash through the break in your heart. Open your eyes and enter your day. Yes, isn't that beautiful? And I'll just add that you know that water is a metaphor for emotions, and it's the feminine force of the four elements. It's the feeling, it's the flow. So it's very powerful to use water when you're trying to move something in your body, right? So, for example, one of my favorite things to do is take a shower, like a lot of times a cold shower, and even if it's just my body, or splash my face. Water is very cleansing. It moves. It changes your state, particularly if it's hot or cold, right? Very, very powerful. I'm sure you've heard of people taking cold plunges and ice baths and all that stuff. Very important, but a very simple and powerful and free way to change your state, move your energy in a different way. So I hope you enjoyed this Fast Friday. If you like this kind of show, please let me know, because I love giving you what you find valuable. And remember, if you haven't left a review yet, why not? Why haven't you left me a review? It means the world to me, and I so appreciate it if you take the time to rate the show and leave a review, and maybe even share it with a friend and tag me so I can come say hi to you. I love connecting with you in real life, because that's what this is about, right? This is about real life, and I'm happy to be walking this journey with you, my friend. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time on Awakening Aphrodite. Would you like to support my mission to help empower people all over the world to be all of who they truly are? If so, please subscribe to the show, leave a review on iTunes, and share it with a friend. And if you're looking to take immediate action to align your energy and optimize your health, visit amyfournier.com. Thanks for listening to Awakening Aphrodite. Let's awaken her together in you. I'm your hostess, Amy Fournier, and I already can't wait to be with you again and for you to hear what I have planned for the next show.
Thanks for listening to Awakening Aphrodite with Amy Fournier. To learn more about Amy, check out her website, amyfournier.com. That's amyfournier.com. You can also check out Amy's live and on-demand virtual fitness and yoga classes and sign up for her newsletter to receive a free mini ebook of 3 of her top tips for making holistic health a lifestyle. Again, that's amyfournier.com and get your ebook sent to your email immediately. Connect with Amy on the daily on Instagram at FitAmyTV, FITAMYTV, and watch many of the podcast episodes and subtopic clips on her YouTube channel, which is also FitAmyTV. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time on Awakening Aphrodite.